in this video.
We will discuss.
To go more into a coding part of this Llamaindex, and
Yes, 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 yes.
these are the 5 steps where you load the documents first, store it into a variable, then parse the document. This step is optional.
Always willing to sacrifice whatever I had to in order to get what I wanted.
You can try to skip it. Then you construct an index, which is a necessary step. You can construct index from nodes or from documents directly. Then comes building this indices and lastly querying your index. Now step 1 is to load your index. So suppose you have a folder called as data. You have a folder called as data. Inside that folder you have 3 files. First is file1.txt, second is file2.txt, third is file3.txt.
There's so much information in my head, eons of data.
Now if you want to load all this into your index, what you will do is you will use simple directory reader.
It's not that simple.
Give the name of folder, which is data in our case, and then use load data function with it. So what it will try to do is it will load all this into a variable called as documents. This is an object which will hold all the content in file1.txt, file2.txt, and file3.txt. The second step is to create a node. For each of the documents, what you can do is you can create nodes. How do you create node? There is a simple node parser. We'll create object of it parser, and then this has get nodes from documents. We'll directly pass this here. What it will do is it will create you a node. As I told you, you can completely skip this step and directly move towards this thing,
Of course.
which is creating an index. And in while creating an index, what you can do is you can directly give it this documents variable. So rather than loading it into a nodes and then giving it to an index, what you can do is directly give this documents to your index using from documents. But if you have, let's say, created the node, then what you can do is here you create an index, and in that index you can pass nodes. So if you have already created, you have chosen to go with step 2 and you have created nodes, what you can do is you can pass these nodes into index, which is same one at the same.
Now this is the exact same thing that the...
So usually what we practice is we do this thing, and after that we skip this, and rather than going to this, we directly choose to create index with documents. We directly choose to create index with documents. Now moving on, here what I am doing is, let's say if I want to update my index. So index is a variable in which I have already stored a document. When I've created this here index, I'm already storing my all the documents, and documents are basically file1.txt, file2.txt, file3.txt. So while initializing an index, I'm loading all the documents of that data. But let's say I want to insert more documents. There's a function called as index.insert, and inside it, what I can do is I can pass a document. Right? It will try to update my index. So index.insert is used when you want to update your index with new documents.
Hey, I got an update from the...
Now, either you can create a new index and then do this, or let's say if you already have this index and then you want to update this index with external document, you can directly use this index variable. And then to this, what you can do is .insert text chunks. It will directly update your index with that new text chunk. Okay. You need
With black shutters.
Like a sunflower. Like a...
need to keep this in mind that by default, your data is stored in memory. If you want to push it to your disk or to your ROM, what you need to do is you need to add this persist directory and give the name of directory. Okay.
With black shutters.
Like a sunflower.
Cool. After your index is done, now the part comes where you have already created your document, and then you are going to a retrieval part. In retrieval part, if you already have your index in the same script, you can reuse the variable index. But let's say you are having a new script and you just want to load that index. You don't want to reinitialize the new index and then again add all the documents and insert new chunks. You just want to reuse that. In that case, what you can do is you can use this thing, load index from storage. It will directly give you a index which has already been created. So you can reuse index in your new script, and then with that you can query your any prompt, and it will query your index. It will query all the documents that you stored in index and give you a response. So this is a short flow of how Llamaindex is. Right now I understand that few of the things are quite complicated and are not quite clear.
Thanks, motherfucker.
But in next video, when I'll be showing you the whole flow of this 3 to 5 steps in a single Python notebook, things will be quite clear. So for this video, let's stop and let's try to meet in next video.
Motherfucker, for all the laughs.
Thank you.